Okay, another little interesting tidbit I just learned is that you can see how this is constrained. I click that axis, it's constrained in that direction, and that'll apply to other objects too. But if you want to make it unconstrained, just select that. Okay, now it's freely constrained, so that's kind of cool when moving objects anyway. Don't forget, you can hit show vertex numbers too. I don't know what that means, except that's your starting vertex. Okay, now, like, that pretty much covers the basics in line shapes. But now, other shapes are parametric, like circles, for example. You got to click and drag, but once you do, you can, go over here and edit the radius all you like. So, or you can, create a rectangle, which gives you the same basic capabilities. Oops. Create a rectangle, which gives you the same capabilities. You can edit it later, but and you can even add a cornered radius if you want, but they are parametric, so you can go and like edit them later if you want, as long as they're parametric. So I mean, as an example. But if you go convert it to an editable spline, then you have some of the other techniques open to you, because like I said, there's really not much you can do with the basic object here because it's parametric. But you got access to the segments and all that sort of jazz, so but you can go in here and divide it. Well, that just divides the active segments, and then so you got to select the segments and then hit divide. So that divides them in half. Then you go, yeah. The good thing about this is that you don't have to worry about accidentally selecting something else. Anyway, we go to vertex, okay, and select that, and like do a scale on it. Okay, but now let's try this again. Now if you grab these, hit scale there, if you can see where the triangle is. I don't think that changes though. That sets it to the middle, even though it doesn't show up over here. Shit. Yeah, changes it to the middle, so we can change the scale of that, like so, and then this like so you can see what it's doing to it. Okay, when using these, what's interesting is you see how that changes the length of those handles. So that'll change how it's almost like a soft selection sort of. But if you change the scale mode back to normal, doesn't do anything. Anyway, And of course, you want to change the color, you just click on that. I just changed the color of it. And what's cool is, if you're in edit mode, you can just get out of edit mode just by clicking one of these other tabs, and then you can go and create circles and so forth. I'm going to set our default to move. So, if we wanted to create a... Okay, let's, using circles, let's create the cross-section for a table leg. Using circles. Okay, if you hold down, if you just grab something and copy it, even if you're in free mode, there's no way of constraining moving an object even out here. The only way to constrain it, of course, is by grabbing one of the cursors. But at any rate, so it doesn't do you any good to hold down shift. But if you press shift and then grab it, okay, then you're creating a copy. So, shift, hold, create a copy. Shift, hold, create another copy. Shift, hold, create another copy. Okay, now let's say I wanted to align these fucking things. This is the only way I've found that works so far. So let's say these are concentric, or where I want them. So let's group those. So now they're grouped, and you can ungroup them too. I don't know if there's a shortcut key for it. No, apparently not. It makes all the sense in the fucking world. But the trick to it is selecting this and the grouped object. Then click your align and then selecting this object. Okay, you do this any other way, and then you can't like select this circle and this circle first and try to align it to this, because it'll just align it to whichever circle you click on. But this way it'll do it as a group. So in here, we don't want it that way. We just want that axis aligned. So anyway, that's the only way I've been able to figure out how to align the damn things. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to use Boolean operations to combine these things. Now, you got to convert at least one of them to an editable spline before you can do that. But then you can go, use your attach command to attach the other objects, and right-clicking gets you out of that attach mode. So, anyway, okay, but now, we can go into the Boolean operation. So if we wanted to union several of these, you can do it this way. Okay, let's try this again. Let's select that one and click the Boolean button. Okay, and then add, and then right click to stop out. And then, we can take it and let's do a subtraction. Hit Boolean and subtract that out. And by the way, I didn't have to actually stop out of it to switch modes. I mean, I could have actually just switched subtraction mode while Boolean was still engaged. In fact, I'll show you again, just to make my point. Okay, we got our first one selected, set it in union mode. Okay, then we add these two, but I can go and now put into subtraction mode, and voila. And then stop out with the right mouse button. Alright, if you want to scale it, just either make sure it's in the sub-object level, or I assume you can do it outside of this. If you do it this way, it just distorts it in one or the other axes. But if you grab the bar here, it does the whole thing uniformly. So that's kind of cool. And like I said, if you're in move mode versus scale mode, you can also do it outside of the damn command too. I wonder what this does. Looks like it does the same damn thing.